the flowers for Dell. I'm delighted to be here with you, but General Kubinick, you are a hard act to follow, sir, but I will do my best, and hopefully we won't be too redundant what we have talked about in years past this year. As most of you know, my tenure as mayor will come to an end in December of 2020, and as I see signs for my exit already beginning to appear, I think it appropriate to use the analogy of an automobile trip on the interstate to reflect on the road we've traveled and how far we've come. As we approach my exit, we need to recognize this is not our final destination. My exit is not our final destination, and we need to consider not just how far we have come, but also where we're headed. And after we stop to change drivers, so to speak, what is our ultimate destination? There's an election for all members of the Macon-Bibb Commission coming up on May the 19th, and the qualifying time for that election is the first week of March. So we'll know for sure who's running for what by noon on Friday, March the 6th. I will, in my comments today, talk about the road our community has been traveling for the past 12 years and suggest some questions that you should ask the candidates. These are not endorsements or criticism, but as you'll see, we've come a long way, and our citizens, in my opinion, deserve the continuation of this journey in order to move our entire community forward together. I want to thank the Chamber of Commerce for organizing this State of the Community address and providing all of us with the opportunity to look back at previous years and also to look forward and envision what we want to come next. I also want to thank the sponsors for making this event possible. The members of the Macon-Bibb County Commission have already been recognized, and I want to say to them how much I appreciate their support and all of the successes that we'll be talking about today. Also, I want to recognize and publicly thank all of our department heads who are here today. I want you to please stand so that we can recognize you, as we owe you a debt of gratitude for all you do each and every day to keep our community running. You took consolidation to heart, you believed in this community's success, and you've worked tirelessly to improve it, to maintain it, to build it, and protect it. Thank you to all of the department heads. You deserve our applause. We appreciate it. And finally, if you'll permit me to take a point of personal privilege, I want to thank my family and my law firm of Anderson, Walker, and Reichert for their support during these last 12 years. My wife, Dell, especially is looking forward to December of 2020 when I get out of politics and she can say what's really on her mind without hurting my feelings. Happy Valentine's Day, sweetheart. But now let's think back to December of 2007 when I was inaugurated as mayor of the city of Macon, and I inherited a negative fund balance, and the nation was sliding into the deepest recession we've had since the Great Depression. I gave an inaugural address, the title of which was Move On, Move In, Move Up, Macon. And basically the theme was to work together as a community to solve our problems and create a more attractive, livable community. That has remained the central theme of my administration over these last 12 years, and I still believe that a more attractive and livable community is the key to our future success. This won't be easy, but the road we've traveled thus far hasn't been without bumps and detours either. We've had to stop several times for refueling and re-election in 2011, 2013, and 2016. But we have made remarkable progress when you think about it. And in my opinion, the current state of our community is vibrant. I say this because the definition of vibrant is energetic, pulsating with energy, resonant and bright. Also, I say this because we have made some good things happen. We have worked together better than ever before. And we as a community are working together for the future, and collectively we believe the best is yet to come. So let's look at these three areas, good, better, and best, in a little more detail and see if you reach the same conclusion about the state of our community. Good things have happened. Downtown Macon has come to life. A phoenix has risen from the ashes of decades of disinvestment and businesses moving out. With the generosity of the Peyton Anderson Foundation and Dr. Kirby Godsey personally, Newtown Macon has incentivized the development of 651 loft apartments, 51 restaurants, and 26 taverns. Property values in the downtown area were up 9%, resulting in $1.4 million of new property tax income, and these numbers will only continue to grow. Where before there were only a handful of places on Cherry and Mulberry Streets, we now have multiple centers of activity across multiple streets, with more coming online. Did anyone think that the Christmas light extravaganza would light up, liven up, and revitalize Poplar Street the way that it has? Kudos to Brian Nichols, the initiator and chief architect of that project, and to all the sponsors that brought it to life, especially the Knight, Peyton Anderson, and Community Foundations, and the Downtown Challenge Grant Program. Thanks also to the Urban Development Authority and its Macon Action Plan, that's MAP for short. We are seeing more activities for people of all ages, more engagement by the people who live, work, and play here, and more opportunities to get involved, more people enjoying all that we have to offer. The Urban Development Authority has also acquired the Dempsey Hotel, rebuilt the streetscape on Cherry Street, and transformed the area along Clinton Street in the Mill Hill Arts Village to make a most attractive second entrance into the newly expanded and renamed Okmulgee Mounds National Historic Park, a soon-to-be 3,000-acre green space adjacent to our downtown. Ask the candidates if they are committed to continued revitalization of downtown Macon and the first neighborhoods that surround it, not just College Hill and In-Town, but also Pleasant Hill, Main Street, Bells Hill, Tyndall Heights, and Fort Hill. Inclusion and equity in revitalization efforts builds trust and a sense of community. Mercer University has added football and lacrosse to its list of intercollegiate sports. The student population has significantly increased. A new science center has been erected on campus, and new student housing has been built, connected to the main campus by a pedestrian bridge that's creating a new gateway into downtown. And students and faculty travel into downtown, as Mercer has also had established a significant presence downtown with Mercer Medical and the new arts school. Students and faculty travel into the downtown area, and residents from downtown travel to Mercer for lectures, concerts, and sports events. It is truly a mutually beneficial relationship. Ask the candidates if they are committed to transit services, not just along the corridor between downtown and Mercer University, but extending to Okmulgee East Industrial Park, I-75 Business Park, and Sofkey Industrial Park, where thousands of jobs have been created in those parks. Modern transit services attract the millennials, who are the workforce of tomorrow. Speaking of jobs, the bar was set high when we recruited Kumho Tire Company. But since 2017, the Macon-Bibb Industrial Authority, leading a team of economic development partners, primarily including the Macon Water Authority and its 704 fund contribution, has added $1.3 billion of new investment and 3,250 new or retained jobs with an estimated payroll of $90 million. Amazon, Irving Consumer Products, Embraer, Tyson Foods, Dean Baldwin Aircraft Painting, Star Snacks, Stevens Aerospace, and Nichiha USA are others, and huge success stories of which we can all be proud. Ask the candidates if they are committed to support the work of the Industrial Authority, and ask the candidates for mayor if they are willing to personally serve on the Industrial Authority and invest the time, effort, and energy to participate in a meaningful way. Newtown Macon, working in collaboration with the Urban Development Authority, has extended the Okmulgee Heritage Trail Network, and they are developing plans to build the trail from Amerson River Park through the I-16, I-75 interchange into and around downtown and south to the Walnut Creek back entrance into Okmulgee Mounds National Historical Park. This will create an amenity that will provide miles of multi-use trail for walking, jogging, or biking and serve as an impetus for economic development similar to Atlanta's Beltline. Ask the candidates if they are committed to support the work of Newtown Macon and the Urban Development Authority and confirm appointments of interested, energetic, and knowledgeable people to serve on that authority. Our downtown is the vibrant urban core that serves as the centerpiece for the hub city of the Middle Georgia region. And the Newtown Urban Development Authority combination is a driving force in making that happen. It's better when we work together. While that sounds right, here are 8 examples to confirm that premise. Number 1, we have a consolidated government in Macon-Bibb County, and we've developed a more efficient and effective form of government. After several years of using reserves to finance local government and related programs, we had revenues in excess of expenses this past year and restored over $13 million to fund balance. Today, 2/3 of our community are paying less taxes than they were prior to consolidation, and our budget this past year was less than the combined budgets of Macon and Bibb County prior to consolidation 6 years ago. Our department heads deserve a great deal of credit for holding the line on expenses and doing more with less. Ask the candidates if they are committed to consolidation and to continued refinements to make it better. Ask them whether they support adequate funding for libraries, transit services, arts, museums, and quality of life programs that build a better community. Number 2, we have unified the citizens of our community into a cohesive core who believe in the future of this community and are willing to work together to achieve desired results. We've built new fire stations, new recreation centers, and additional parks and green space. We've supported quality of life improvements and organizations. These are things that make people want to live here, and that's increasingly important. Ask the candidates if they have a plan to improve the sense of community and make equity and inclusion a theme of their administration. Improvements in every part of our community will build trust and confidence in the neighbors who live there. And it's not just my area of town that needs improvement. It's about building community overall. Number 3, the new Atrium-Navicent Strategic Partnership, the new Children's Hospital, and the nationally verified Level 1 Trauma Center are creating a dynamic source of healthcare delivery for Central and South Georgia. As healthcare becomes increasingly regional in scope, this combination will help make Macon-Bibb a hub for healthcare services. Number 4, we entered into a public-private partnership with Mercer University in which we agreed to build a signature pedestrian bridge over Mercer University Boulevard. and they in turn constructed 300 units of student housing on the other side of the boulevard. And that precipitated the construction of a new Marriott Town Place Suites hotel and adjacent restaurants for approximately $50 million of new investment, the ad valorem taxes on which are paying for the new bridge. Ask the candidates if they favor creating additional tax allocation districts which provide an equitable way to pay for infrastructure improvements in a certain district by designating the increase in tax revenues from appreciating values in that district for the payment of those infrastructure improvements. Number 5, Macon-Bibb has designed and is nearing completion of the 2nd Street corridor, which has been mentioned, and that will connect several different centers of economic activity into a synergistic pattern where the total economic activity produced will exceed the sum of the parts. It will link together the Coliseum and Conference Center, the Government Center, the Business Center, Navicent Medical Center, the Law Enforcement Center, and the Student Center at Mercer University. It will connect 2nd Street to Mercer University Boulevard and ultimately link I-75 to I-16 with a pedestrian-friendly, bicycle-friendly, retail-friendly, complete street. That synergistic combination will form the foundation for the vibrant urban core of the hub city of Middle Georgia. Number 6, Central Georgia Technical College moved 2 of its major aerospace programs onto Middle Georgia Regional Airport and offered a space-sharing arrangement with Robins Air Force Base so that component fabrication operations could be moved out of valuable hangar space on the base. The new Robins North facility offers exciting educational opportunities in a setting where real-world aerospace fabrication work is done, mentorships are developed, student participation is allowed as appropriate, and a pathway to a rewarding career is realized and enhanced. Number 7, the Central Georgia Joint Development Authority, which is a collaborative effort of 11 Middle Georgia counties, initially acquired property in South Bibb County, adjacent to Robins Air Force Base, to assist the base in minimizing residential encroachment in the crash zone and noise contour areas. But subsequently, the Central Georgia Joint Development Authority has negotiated for the installation of a 650-acre solar array, which will add a $200 million investment into Bibb County and make Robins Air Force Base the most energy resilient base in the country. This partnership among counties is making our region stronger and our nation stronger. And speaking of the base, as was mentioned earlier, just this morning, we cut the ribbon on its new software engineering facility located in downtown Macon next to the renovated Capricorn Recording Studios, as General Kubinick mentioned. Software engineering recruits want to be in a walkable urban environment, so the base chose downtown Macon, and thanks to a partnership with Mercer University, those employees will have access to advanced education degrees, and college students may intern and see a promising future career there. Another mutually beneficial partnership. Number 8, speaking of education, Macon State College was combined with Middle Georgia College several years ago to form an institution with 5 campuses in 5 different Middle Georgia counties. That new institution has gone on to attain university status with exciting new postgraduate degrees. We partnered with Middle Georgia State University to help improve the main entrance to the Macon campus off Eisenhower Boulevard to make it safer and more visible from I-475. The visibility and international notoriety of Mercer, Wesleyan, Middle Georgia State University, and Central Georgia Technical College, and the partnerships that they have with us and other organizations help make Macon-Bibb a hub for higher education. But the best is yet to come. We are well on our way to becoming the hub city of the Middle Georgia region, and that needs to continue at an accelerated basis. As I have said in previous speeches, a hub city is one with a vibrant urban core that offers opportunities not found elsewhere in the region, whether they be in healthcare, higher education, sports, housing, employment, shopping, entertainment, dining, recreation, and the connectivity to get there to access those opportunities. So here we are in the middle of the state at the intersection of I-16 and I-75, 475, the Fall Line Freeway, and the proposed export-import highway over to LaGrange, with opportunities in all of these categories I just mentioned and more. Currently, the daytime population of Macon-Bibb County swells by about 30,000 people, and many of those folks spend money while they're here. People who stay overnight on business, vacation, or just passing through also make purchases. That generates sales taxes and hotel motel taxes without a disproportionate demand for governmental services. Revenue from those taxes has continued to grow, confirming that more people are spending money here, whether they be residents, commuters, travelers just passing through, or tourists coming to visit Macon. For residents, this is good news. We've seen growth in the property tax digest, which means that their homes are growing in value. That's a great thing. And when our tax digest increased this past year, we adopted the rollback rate to assist those homeowners. And guess what? The vibrant urban core that's being created in the downtown is the walkable community that is attractive to young people and empty nesters. So they move in and help provide a workforce pipeline that industry and business looks for before they make the decision on where to locate. And success builds on itself. And more good jobs and investments bring in more people, which in turn brings in more good jobs and investments. Young people are moving here and getting jobs will mean families, which leads to growing and stable population. We have had estimates of that growth in the past, but now we need to have an accurate count for the 2020 census, which will occur on April the 1st, and that's no joke. April the 1st may be April Fool's Day, but that's also the official day of the census. Get a button, tell your folks, tell your employees, tell people to respond to the census. It will affect federal financial benefits and legislative reapportionment. Be sure to answer the census. So you may ask, how do we grow this vibrant urban core? Transportation is the key. And the Transit Authority has advised us that they intend to deploy their new electric buses along the 2nd Street corridor and go initially from the Coliseum over to Mercer University. The charging stations for the electric buses are already being installed, and we hope to see those buses rolling later this year. But that's just the beginning. I want to see additional buses and the east-west routes extended out Mercer University and Eisenhower Parkway to Middle Georgia State University. And I want to see it extended out the Emory Highway and Okmulgee East Boulevard to Geico and the 6,000 employees that they have there. Then in 10 years or less, I want to see a north-south transit service that will connect the shops at River Crossing to downtown and then extend south to Middle Georgia Regional Airport and Robins Air Force Base. In 20 years or so, I want to see extensions up to Forsyth and over to Gray and Milledgeville and down to Byron and Fort Valley, all connecting back to this vibrant urban core in our downtown. Our downtown will be able to grow and provide the space necessary to offer the opportunities that people want, affordable housing, good jobs, recreation, green space, restaurants, entertainment, culture, sports, and a river walk with a unique identity and a sense of belonging. It will include an area from I-75 on the west to 7th Street on the east, Eisenhower Boulevard on the south, and Emory Highway on the north, and extend beyond in years to come. I may not live to see it in actuality, but I see the vision for it. And we are poised to realize it between now and 2050. I believe this plan to be the hub city of Middle Georgia will propel Macon-Bibb to be one of the best places in America to live. Ask the candidates what is their 30 to 50-year vision for our community. Our community needs and deserves leaders with a vision that takes more than 4, 8, or 12 years to attain. However, please understand that this vision can't happen with the work of your consolidated government alone. We must all contribute to the effort and move forward together on this road to our future. Let me say again, we have not reached our destination. As much progress as we have made, we have much more work to do. But we can do it. The state of our community is vibrant. I know we are stronger together. We are better together. And every community deserves our working together to move every person, every street, every neighborhood forward together. So let's change drivers and get back on the road and make it happen. Thank you, and God bless America.